Hey, we tunatusikia tunasikia kama kabisa tunasikiana ile tu. Basi leo tuko tu hapa studio hapa Gumzo mnatusikia? Hebu Collins, check your sound. Natusikia vizuri sasa? Hapo naitwa doing for everyone. And Nelson, unatusikia vizuri? Hebu someone should tell us if you can hear us. Hebu mtueleze kama kuna sound. Can someone tell us if there's some sound? Kindly, please. Sound not very clear. Really? Natusikia sasa? Sound. No. 1 2 iko sawa hiyo. Natusikia vizuri? Jumbo 1 2.
Check your internet sound is hurting.
No, it's good morning, watching you live. So tusikia hapa sasa, unatusikia from that end? Probably that is okay now. If you can tell us, sasa tuweke hiyo tusikia watu wanasemaje. Probably should be good now. Basi pick up challenge ni ngushughulo mita yanaenda Ambassador Alfred Arabkwe Ting studio na tunaba AKL yataka kama yaga link petu na tunabarani getinda ito tinyo mucho mwa week missing kotingia so maana tinge meta Australia lakini petu tabarani gitoge baishe lugha ina tunaba Kiingereza na Kiswahili sige mucho TV choto chejange meje ogas missing kotinge missing angale gap so maana kitinyo baragina higip so maana yani kunu meta Kenya nigi temoni so munyo go so man so mwa week kule toski so manjine kunwa no inende ne joto meje jita ko sikchige kunyo ne inge meta Kenya kunyo na Australia So siku ya leo ni ile siku ambaye tuko na mkufunzi ama mwanafunzi ambaye alishakuja akasomea nchi ya Australia, na siku ya leo atatueleza zaidi kuhusu kusoma hapa Australia ni yapi yanahitajika unapokuja kutoka Kenya hapa, na ukifika hapa kuna matumaini gani ama kuna uwezekano gani uweze kubadilisha kosi ambaye ilikuleta hapa. Hayo na mengine mengi tutasikia kutoka kwake. Nataka tukukumbusha kwamba huu ni kwa hisani wa Lanson Foundation Talent for Education, na pia ni kuambia kwamba kule Tirade Resort wakati huu wa weekendi wako na ule special offers ambao wanapeana wakati huu. Ukiwa kule Eldoret na vijijini huko, pia unaweza tembea huko upate lunch yako vizuri katika ujipatie pia na hiyo special offer courtesy of AKL na Tirade Resort. Karibu sana studio ya AKL. Utueleze tu wewe ni nani, unatoka wapi kule nyumbani, na pia Saidi unaweza salamia na watu wako huko nyumbani. Karibu.
Asante. Asante Alfred. I'll be mixing Kiswahili and
English. Feel free
to. Yeah. Thank you so much for having me. And first of all, congratulations on the blue badge.
Oh, thank you.
Official forum. Congratulate. And the second thing, happy Father's Day to all the fathers today. And naitwa Milly Kosgei. I come from Uasin Gishu County, Kapseret constituency. That is from Geria. That is where naishi at the moment. But I was born and brought up in Nandi County, a place called Kaptel. Kapkuto, that's where I went for my primary school. And then I went to AIC Ebenezer Academy. It's a high school in Baringo County. After that, nikaenda Mount Kenya University, where I graduated with Bachelor's of Finance. That's Business Administration Finance option. Then I went to Kisii University, graduated with Master of Finance. And then here I am. I've graduated in Master of Nursing in Edith Cowan University in Australia.
Wow.
Yeah.
So umesoma unatoka Nandi na pia Uasin Gishu.
Yeah.
So watu wa Nandi wako hapa wamefurahi kabisa.
Watu wa Kaptel.
Watu wa Kaptel unasalamika.
Yeah.
So katika familia wewe ni mtoto nambari ngapi? Wewe ni mkubwa ama mdogo ama ilifikaje sasa? Utueleze pia ulifikaje ukafika hapa Australia? Ulikuwa na huo matumaini ya kusoma katika nchi za nje ukiwa mdogo ama ulikipataje Australia?
I was born in a family of 3, my brothers and I. Number 2. I've got an elder brother, Kibet. I know he's watching. Hi. And I've got a younger brother, Emmanuel. I know he's watching too because they are aware. Hi, Emmanuel. So I didn't have a thought of coming to Australia, but nearly in 2016, unajua ukiwa kwa ile harakati za on your own busy day, you had somebody talking to someone in Australia. It was in a salon in Eldoret, around 64 Arcade. And then someone said to me, you could go to Australia, you're still very young. And I was like, I've never thought of leaving my comfort zone in another place. But yeah, I took the idea, and then nikatafuta agents. And before niende kwa agents, you have to do your homework, guys. So I went online, looked for information about how to study in Australia, how to go to Australia. And then nikaona Australia kuna states, Brisbane, Melbourne, Sydney, Adelaide, all the states in Australia. And I applied for different schools. So nikapata offer letter from Edith Cowan University na nikapata offer letter from Flinders University. So I was to do international business in Flinders University, but then I had this other offer. And I thought maybe I should go to Perth because najua huku watu wa Kenya wako wengi sana. Nikasema let me try Perth. So I sought services from an agent, which is Options Education Consultancy. I know they're watching and you're a big fan of them. So hi, if you're watching from Options. So that time walikuwa Nairobi. So I visited them in Nairobi. Now they guided me through the process. Yeah.
Well, talking of option consultants and the migration agents, we have a deal with them, and if you go there, you get a 10,000 discount courtesy of AKL. If we refer you there, so if you want to come to Australia and you want an agent and we give you a referral, of course, you get a discounted rate courtesy of AKL, but there is some threshold courtesy of us as well from our end. You've told us that someone actually is asking on the comment sections, but we will come into to the reference of that. But allow me actually to acknowledge everyone who is following us. Annette is saying, proud of you, girl. Collins is saying, wow, that is so inspiring education is key. Thanks for this show. Ronnie Kitanya is saying, I have someone studying in Sydney, Australia. Asante sana. Kemba Rapchap Kirui Manyawe watching the answers, but I think you cannot do any masters because you have a master's. Wow. Kiru Yamune Olimba, how is the Far North part of WA? Thanks for tuning in, and we acknowledge your presence here. Kumbe network iko huko. Because Kim anasema proud of you, says asante sana. So someone is asking, actually, CM Lagat is asking, how was she able to do a master's in nursing with a finance background? But of course, with that, can you elaborate more in regards to your background back home? You said you did something to do with finance, right?
Yes. So,
and you had a master's as well in Kenya.
Yes.
Wow.
So in high school, I did not even do biology. Surprise, surprise. Yeah. Anything science was not my cup of tea.
Yeah.
I loved CRE because I'm a Christian, and I did physics.
Mm-hmm.
And in my school, like doing biology was not like compulsory. So I didn't do biology at all.
Yeah.
So I came to Australia with a Master of Professional Accounting because I had already a Master's in Finance from Kenya. And I applied to come to Australia to study PhD actually, but I didn't get supervisor to do my PhD program. So they asked me to do a master's program and then upgrade now to a PhD program. So I got here in 2016, actually 2017 January. And I did my Master of Professional Accounting for one semester until July 2017. It was it's a normal thing because business is like a walk in the park for somebody who's been doing business ever since.
Yeah.
So it was really pretty easy, but the fact that you are in a new environment, you've got bills to pay, you've got uni to attend, life is so crazy, you don't even know the drill here. The culture shock itself was just so real. Everything was so different. So before I came to Australia, I'd never gone to any first world country, just like most of us have. So everything was just like so hard for me. But then thank God I got people who helped me through. I approached uni and I said to them, I want to do nursing. So I know somebody will want to say, why did you do nursing then? What really made you to change? So I looked at the global dynamics and the way the world is, and I felt like I should adjust to it. Especially in Australia and other first world countries, there's what we call the priority skills, which are already the engineering, chef. If you want to be a chef or a cook, chef and cook are two different things. So if you want to be a doctor, occupation therapist, OT, anything. So I thought, I might do nursing because my mom is a nurse. She's always wanted me to do. Hi, mom. I know she's watching.
Oh, wow.
She's always wanted. Yeah, everyone is here. The whole Kenya is here, guys. So my mom always wanted me to do nursing because she's a nurse. And she wanted me to do a diploma. And I passed my high school really well. And I was meant to go to uni. And she said, oh, go to MTC and start from a diploma in nursing. And I said, all my mates are going to uni. And not that I didn't pass, I passed really well. So why are you taking me to college? I should be in uni. Uni those days was a big thing. Like, ukimaliza form 4, when the uni, when you say. So I went to uni. My mom said, whatever, I'm not going to fight with you or anything. Just get an offer letter and then I will pay for your fees. And my brother Kibet, I know he's watching, it took me to many things. You know, when you're growing up and you've got an elder bro to look up to, it took me to Mount Kenya University. That time, Mount Kenya was so new in Eldoret. Nikapewa tu offer letter, pap, ya kufanya business. But then nikikuja Australia, nikafanya my professional accounting and I said to them, I can't do this thing anymore. I just need something else. So wakaniambia, we can only give you with 2 conditions. Number 1, you have to do an English test. That's IELTS or PT, get everything equivalent of 7. Number 2, you have to go through a course preparation program. Kwa Kenya ni kama ile bridging kind of. So, because sikufanya biology high school, you can be exempted if you did biology high school and you passed really well. And number 2, you can be exempted kama umefanya a diploma course, anything medicine related, you know. So, nikaenda tu nikafanya English mara ya kwanza, me and my friend akapita, mi sikupita. I was almost discouraged, you know, like you are at a point of giving up. Everything is so hard and the time is really running. That course is only offered in ECU and any other university, but I preferred ECU because I was already there. So the time was running out and I had only 3 months to do the course preparation and to pass my English test. And so I went for the second test also. Unajua English, it's a mode of instruction in Kenya. Like from the word go, you don't even know why you're doing this thing, but utafanya 4 times 5, 10 times 20 na wezi pita. So nikafanya second time, I almost gave up. Nikaona tuacha niende nitafute cheap colleges na nisome tu ni survive. But then I had a meeting with myself and I thought, wow, I'm not giving up. I'm not that type of a person I should give up. I tried one more time and lucky I passed. So nikapewa conditional offer letter from ECU, nipite my course preparation program, which was offered for 3 months. So that 3 months, you're supposed to complete. You can complete in a week, in a month, in 3 months, but lazima umalize na upate 60%. Nowadays, I understand it's 50% ndio ufanye. So mimi ilikuwa 60% anyway. I gave it my best. I got an 80, which is high distinction. Mind you, right from modeling and forecasting in business field, things like portfolio investment analysis, to now different world, sales, and understanding pathophysiology and things like that. So it was so hard, but in life, you have to just adjust to the needs of the society and just put of yourself together. I didn't have a passion in nursing, but I had to create one in order to survive. So nikapewa offer letter, nika study nursing. That's how.
Wow.
Yeah.
So we will come for more information about, how did you get to manage the university to get you, what was the actual reason that you gave them so that you will be able to change. But actually, someone called Ishmael, kindly please, I've seen your request. You can do both. You can come to ECC and go to ECU. Those are just one institution actually. It's a constituent college of Edith Cowan University. So you can come through ECC and then go to ECU with one visa, with one condition, with nearly everything the same. So I think I've answered your question. The best thing you can do is approach an agent, find an agent that can be able to help you out on the process. Quite a number of people are asking as well. There's someone who did ask here is saying that why do people, when they come to Australia or these first world countries, they study nursing only? Is that the only available course in Australia or in these other countries? And of course, what is the rate actually? Are you able to answer that?
I can answer. Who is that? Ronnie.
Alafu wamesema kuna chef na kuna cook. Mimi ndio cook. Mimi ni cook.
So Ronnie, I can tell you one thing. In first world countries, we have priority things like healthcare is a big thing, and if it's an healthcare, so they do have things like Medicare and things like that. And ukiangalia the old population, their population kuna older, the older people wanakuanga more than the young generation because the life expectancy is a little bit longer because they're getting very quality healthcare. So there are so many opportunities in nursing, occupation therapy, nutrition, like physiotherapy as well. And there's so many opportunities in other sectors as well. Si lazima ikue like nursing peke yake. But to be honest, nursing is the big thing. It's easy to get a job if you're a nurse. And as Alfred say about the money, it's just something else. That's you itahitaji another show. I'm not going to talk about that now here. But yes, it's the setup of the environment, population-wise, and then the needs of the society. So we need more doctors in Australia. We need more nurses in Australia, OTs, occupation therapists, phlebotomists. Unajua phlebotomists?
Hebu tueleze sasa hivi.
Wale watu wa kutoa damu.
Sasa watu tunaitanga
healthcare iko pamoja.
Watu ya lab.
Sasa your lab is something else, pharmacist is something else. Hapa anaitwa phlebotomist.
So
wewe unaweza kuwa tu in a ward setup, kuna mtu tu wa kutoa damu na kwenda kupeleka kwa lab.
Na hiyo unalipo?
Of course, good money.
Wow. Share this show so that we'll be able to reach quite a number of people who are watching, and those people who would want to come to Australia or want more information about studying in Australia, courtesy of Lansman Foundation and AKL. You're getting this. And of course, remember the special offer. Kula Tiret hii weekend unaweza fika huko useme hii maneno tulisikia pale AKL show na unapewa percentage yako ile inaitwa special edition courtesy of AKL. Share this show so that we may be able to reach quite a number of people. So you can read one comment that you might be able to respond to.
I have about medical lab technologies. Langat Matthew, what about it? I should be able to address the question if you are specific on that. Proud of you people. You deserve to be legend from Rift Valley. Kudos. Thank you, Victor. Na massages wanataka pale Australia. Sasa inategemea massage ya wapi.
By the way, massage wanaitwa masseuse. I remember when I used to run, it's quite expensive here to be sincere. $70 for 30 minutes and $100 for an hour to be a masseuse here. Shika hizo muscle vizuri. And I used to go to a Kenyan guy. Unfortunately, she left to Western Australia, na sasa hivi tunalipa pesa mzuri. Kama wewe ni mtu wa masseuse ama massagist, karibu, hiyo ni course nyingine mzuri sana. So, and of course, the nursing part is great. Like she said, maneno ya healthcare hapa iko juu sana. Na ukipata watu wengi hapa, they live to 100 plus. They live to 100 plus, courtesy of how they are well taken care of. Watu wengi hapa wanaishi, and this country value much on issues of healthcare. Watu engineers, karibuni bana, social workers, huko kuna kazi.
Hata watu wa IT, kama wewe ni mtu wa IT, is the place for you.
The dynamic at the moment in regards to IT is about cyber crime and all this. Maneno ya IT, maneno ya cyber security.
Yeah, it's a big thing.
Analytical in science, ama inaitwaje, maneno ya information and everything. Hizo ndio kuna kazi, and of course we have quite a number of mining companies here. They wanaandika watu kazi. So if you want to know more about this and all these engineers, kujeni pale kwa DM with ile inaitwa treasury yetu, unajua ni
Somebody here says, that's wonderful, my all-time favorite nurse, and Alfred, good job, proud of you girl, you be making both moves, that's enough. And then somebody ameuliza, what about teachers?
Walimu wako pia, lakini hiyo maneno ya Kiingereza ni
so msikia tunafanya English
kila kitu ni utafanya English.
Hey, by the way, talking about teachers on a very serious note, guys, teachers, they are also one of the priority, because if you look at the sector, we do have the disability sector, people with special needs. So if you can study Auslan language, that's the sign language here in Australia, or if you can be a teacher for special schools, then this is the place for you. Like in high school, there are still people who are teachers here also from home, but I don't know more about that. I know the pathway to getting into being a teacher for special schools.
Wow.
Yeah.
Na watu ya childcare pia.
Watu wa childcare pia mko wapi? Yeah, watu wa kuchunga watoto, childcare sector is a big thing huku pia. Kwa sababu watu when the job, they need a place to leave their kids.
In short, wacha tuseme leo hapa sisi hapana chunga tu kinagogo hapa. We have lecturers. I know many lecturers from Kenya who are lecturing at ECU. I know who are lecturing at Curtin University. I know those who are lecturing at, what do we call this university here? Murdoch University. We have quite a number of lecturers from Kenya here. So you can also come in here, do your master, PhD, and then become a lecturer. There are many Kenyans also working in the mining sector. There are many people who run businesses here.
Even being a police officer.
There are quite a number. Actually, I'll be bringing you a Kenyan soon, who was the first Kenyan to be a police officer in Western Australia. We have more than 4 Kenyans who are police officers here in Western Australia. So hapa my friend, ni kujipanga na kazi. Tukiendelea tu Miliu, tueleze tu vile uliweza kubadilisha kosi, sababu watu wengi wanasemanga ni ngumu sana kubadilisha kosi, na haswa what is now your field? Are you a nurse? Are you a manager? Or what sort of field now with the background in finance, and now you're a nurse?
So to be able to change a course in Australia, you have to approach the admissions office. So it's even easier if you're in the same school and if they're offering the same course in the same school, because they don't want to lose you, kind of. So they'll ask you to tell them a good reason as to why you are changing from this course to this one. And they always respect your decision anyway, because at the end of the day, it's your career. But the only thing that it's painful is because you lose your money. So I studied for 1 semester and I lost all that money. Ile pesa yote nilipiwa kutoka home, all of it gone.
Milioni?
Yeah, milioni. Ilienda. Usifanye nisikie vibaya. So you lose the first part of the money, but the condition is ukitoka Kenya, huwezi fika tu Australia and be like, I want to change the course. you have to stay in your primary course for at least 6 months. And that's basically 1 semester. And then from there, you can negotiate your way into another course if you want to change. So number 1, tell them why you are changing the course.
So unaweza tumia tu usichomi na unaweza.
Mimi niliwaambia my mom pole mom. My mom ni nurse na kwa nurse kama mamangu. Anyway, nilimwambia mimi niko na passion ya kufanya nursing and I don't see my life here. Ilifika time mimi naambia if you're not giving me nursing, I'm going back to Kenya. Akaniambia no, don't. We can talk about this and see. So it took a long process. Like to the big managers, they discussed about it and they came back to me. Me, part of it in favor anyway, because I was among the first Kenyans to find a master's course changing directly from a business course. So normally it's for domestic students here, but they're giving it even now to international students. Anybody can do it. So what that course is actually, it's just a crash course. You know, nursing ni kitu Kenya ufanya for a long time. I don't know, you start diploma and then you build your way up. Ama unaweza anza bachelor's and then it takes like 3 years or something. So here, that course, it's a short-term course. Ukiangalia kwa websites, I'll talk about APRA in registration later, but ukiangalia kwa website, it's something that ends in 2023. Whether they will get the license to continue offering that course, it's just another story. I don't know. But then, as I said, there's shortage of so many nurses, doctors, you know, and anybody who fall under ANMAC. ANMAC is like the Australian medical whatever. So, because of that shortage, wakapea universities wapeane. Because if you have another master's or if you have another bachelor's, so the requirement is you should be having a bachelor's in any field. I mean any field, even if it's Kiswahili, so long as you have a bachelor's. Yeah? Ukiona bachelor's, just do your English, pata 777. Ukishapata hiyo, go to them, tell them. Hata kama una biology high school kama mimi, just go tell them, I want to do this and it's something I really want to do. So, ECU are very good actually. They will give you like the mentors to take you through the course and explain everything to you. And then if this is something you're ready for. So I told them I'm happy to do this. So can you work through the course preparation program? And that's how nilienda kufanya. So if you're thinking about changing your course, number 1, think about telling them that your mom is a nurse. I'm kidding. Why? The reasons why, and then you need to do your English, and then you can change. So the course is only for 2 years. It's a 2 years course. Once you graduate from that course, as soon as you enroll Kwanza, all your information will go to APRA. APRA is the licensing body, your nurses and doctors and all the people in the medical field. So you get your registration after that. But for you to get your registration, you know, when I was doing this course, there was a lot of concerns that, this one does not give you the registration. Actually, talking of registration, ni kama license Kenya, kama nursing council. So APRA is like nursing council in Kenya, where they give you the license to practice.
And
so
does it have a threshold?
Yeah, if you've completed a diploma course, you get a registration to be an EN. EN is an enrolled nurse. If you completed your bachelor's or a master's program, you get registration as a registered nurse, which is higher than the EN. Once you get those registration, you can work. So for me, guys, mtu anauliza sasa huwezi pata registration. I was so concerned, but you know what? Don't listen to people, guys. Just look for information. You can get good information from people who have gone through the same. Me, I almost went out of the unit again, dropped off completely and thought something else because somebody was telling me it doesn't lead to APRA registration. So I personally had to ring APRA and be like, hey, I'm doing a course. And they told me, by the way, we have all your information with us. Kumbe ukiregister any course ya nursing hapa Australia, colleges na university wanapeana all your information. So they told me, don't worry about anything, we've got all your information. Just Malisa Shule will give you registration. So registration wanahitaji Federal Police Clearance Australia, and they need police clearance from Kenya. So they do a verification check of both. But kama wewe ni nurse already, I know there are people wako na maswali mingi. Kama mimi ni nurse Kenya, naweza kuja huku kukua nurse. Unaona, that's a different thing altogether. It's different from when you study here. So kama mnataka ni address your question, I will in the next whatever. But yeah, so me nilipata job because mtu atawaambia sasa ulimaliza ukapata job or things like that. Once you finish, before I even graduated, yani venye nimemaliza tu shule, I had like 3 or 4 job offers. Ile tu unaambiwa tumekupatia job, but just get your registration, send it to us, we're happy to employ you.
Wow.
So job is like ready straight on.
And that is like working as a nurse?
So I work as a nurse. I'm registered as a general nurse. So if you're a nurse, there's different departments. There's orthopedic, there's pediatrics, child community nursing, there's mental health nurse, but I am a general nurse, so I can work anywhere. I can work anywhere. ED, but not ICU. I cannot be an ICU nurse. Yeah.
Wow, that is quite informative. I'm learning. So I really have a good grades, but sincerely, I don't have a bank statement to help me pursue my dreams abroad. Anyway, to help. That's a very
good question. That's a very good question. You can approach agents and talk to them about it. They should be able to help you.
I think there's some colleges and universities that don't require bank statement, but the best person actually to help you with all those information is an agent.
Yeah.
If you need an agent, you be able to.
I went to Options Education Consultancy.
Yeah.
Seek why I teach a bank statement that time. I think I'm among the few people
so
who came without
a bank statement.
Seek teach a bank statement. Yangu ni neema tu. Watu walikuwa wanatafuta 4 million, 5 million, 6 million. Mimi nilienda huko tu
4.5. Carlos Kibrona anasema anaita Elisha Kiemba wakuja hapo kabisa. I hope you say ile jamaa ya K7 stars sababu sijui kama atakuja. Anyway, I'm joking. Ito kabisa. Massive chep Mutai anasema Cap ameita kabisa rafiki yake pia. Yeah, feel free to tag your friends, let them know what is happening, let them know what is the current state of coming to Australia. Arapto anasema okay, I have a brother who is currently studying nursing in university and wanted to be in Australia for master's degree. How is that going to be about? Are you able to just quickly answer that one? Arapto.
Is he doing a bachelor's though? If he's doing a bachelor's, I would advise him to finish his bachelor's degree and then come and do a master's program.
Yeah, that's how he is.
The requisite is that you need to have a bachelor's. So if you have a bachelor's, apply to ECU for a master's program in nursing, and they will send all the information to you. Guys, if utakuwa na any questions utaweka tu hapo ama you follow me, Mayfair Kayla on Facebook, I should be able to answer you.
Okay, asante. But quick one before we go to the next question actually. Quite often, people who finish diploma in Kenya, they can come here and do a 1-year course and they get a degree or what do we call a bachelor's. What happens after?
So if you're in Kenya and you've done a diploma in nursing, you can do what we call conversion course because you're already a nurse and you're registered under Nursing Council of Kenya. So if you come to Australia, you need to do a conversion course. Conversion course is a 1-year program in any of the unis, and then you qualify to be a nurse. You apply for registration here as a nurse and you get it, you practice as a nurse.
So with the 1 year you get the registration. But quite often I hear people complaining the 1 year is not enough or
I know what you mean.
Too sure what is that?
I know what you mean. The different pathways, because the long-term goal of all these things is the PR thing. That's where the thing comes in. Ni kukaa hapa. So unajua ukishakuja hapa you're looking for a leeway to stay here, right? So the thing is if you come to Australia in a diploma and then you study, okay, okay, ukikuja Australia na umestudy diploma course, unafanya conversion course ya 1 year. Ufanya conversion course ya 1 year, that's a very short time kujipanga. That time umesoma, umelipa fee first semester, umegraduate, boom, then what next? You either go back to Kenya or you stay here. So we are looking at the leeway of staying here. And for you to apply for a postgrad program, graduate visa, yani ile post-study visa. For you to apply for that, unastahili kuwa umesoma course at least 2 years. So watu wa diploma napatanga challenge kwa sababu si enough because hiyo 1 year inaisha tu kama wamesoma. So they either go back or they do something else. So what's that something else? There's something else that people do, ndio wanatafuta kuchanga hiyo miaka ijae 2 years ndio apply graduate. They go back and they're allowed to do another diploma course.
But related, is it?
It has to be related. Okay. It has to be related. It can be in management because if you're a nurse, you could be a manager. You know, if you're a nurse, you could be. Wezi fanyia uende ufanye business course. You have to do something related. So Kenya watu ufanya sana inaitwa, what's the name of the course again? Occupation safety. Yes, OSH. Occupation safety, something like that. So that's the course watu health and safety. Hiyo ndio course watu ufanya immediately after the 1 year. But still after hapo, it's so hard for you to get because your occupation safety inaweza kuchukua 6 months or 8 months. Haitakuwa imejaa 2 years tena. So what do? You look for a sponsor. So the sponsor is the organization saying this is Alfred, akona hii qualifications, we want to employ you, stay here. So anaambia immigration, you know, huyu mtu express interest, anataka kukaa na sisi hapa, and we are happy to employ this person. So that's how they get to get pathway to PR. So that way ni kama amekupatia a pathway to the main PR. So that's a different visa altogether. But most of the people wamekuja in nursing field, they never go back. Sijai waona.
Kwa njia fupi kabisa kueleza hiyo ni kwamba ukiwa ushafanya diploma kule Kenya na unafaa kukuja hapa uweze kuona vizuri ni yapi yanahitajika. Wewe kukaa hapa unahitajika kama umefanya at least 2 years ya kusoma hapa. Na kwa njia nyingine ile, unajua ukishakuja hapa mtu unasema boss, sitaki kutoka hapa sababu ile pesa hajatuambia wanalipwa vizuri hawa manase, hajatueleza hiyo, lakini nitawaambia siri wanalipwa vizuri. Ni ile tu kitu ya muhimu ni kujua ile the requirements. Hiyo mwaka moja inapanga tricky kidogo uweze kupata ile nafasi ya kufanya kazi baada ya kumaliza masomo yako, na pia kupata ile kitu inaitwa experience, unless kama umeshafanya diploma Kenya uko na experience ya zaidi ya miaka 5, ukikuja hapa hiyo unaweza bahatika kidogo. Lakini kama wewe ni mtu ya diploma na uweze kuona vizuri, but hiyo nafasi ya kukuja kufanya mwaka moja iko kabisa, hiyo iko kabisa na inawezekana. Unakuja kufanya hapa mwaka moja unapata degree yako mzuri sana kabisa.
So kuna mtu anauliza, I'm an IT professional and I would like to know more on how I can be able to be there. Do you require another course there? If you're an IT professional, you are one of the priority skills. So you can still apply to come and study, and then you need to align yourself to the IT body. I don't know what they call it. I don't know what it is, but there is a different registration that you need to have for that one as well.
IT tu bado unaingia cyber security iko sawa. Hiyo uko sawa kabisa.
Hey, did you have some challenges with people giving you wrong information when you were transitioning to nursing from finance? Of course, because this was something very new then. People had different opinions. So somebody told me, hey, unajua hii vitu ya nursing ya kuchange, it's nothing, it's not gonna go well with immigration rules and things like that. Or someone will tell you it's not for domestic, it's only for domestic students, not international students. Some people said utapata registration, you're just wasting your time, you know. You still have to listen to what people say. At the end of the day, you are the sole decision maker. You look for the right information. So I can come to Australia as a PhD student and change to maybe do information technology and still thrive.
So to Elisa, actually, what happened? You said you wanted to come to do your PhD. What happened? Karudi kafanya masters in nursing.
I wanted to do a PhD and I applied to ECU, and it was challenging. Nipate supervisor. Because if you're in Kenya and you want to come here and do a PhD, you have to apply first of all upate supervisor. Na supervisor lazima umtumie your thesis. Actually, I've got one of my published thesis online. If you wanna go on Google, I'll tell you the details about it. I publish stuff. I publish a lot of academic articles. So if you go on factors determining dividend payout policy, that's one of my publications. That was my main thesis actually. Plus I've got a few others in there. So you give them your thesis and then you tell them the topic that you really want to study. So I was to build up on my dividend payout policies. And then nikawapatia my proposal of what I want to do. So it was a challenge getting a supervisor because supervisors hapa ni wachache and they give priority to domestic. So ECU akaniambia, we were more than happy to kupatie a PhD program only if the supervisor approve you na kubali kuwork na wewe. So akaniambia to just come on a master's and then we'll build up from there. So way forward after this, I'm not going to do a PhD program in any of the business. I'm doing a PhD program is in forensic nursing. So it's happening soon. Daktari.
Huyu angekuwa mimi akili nataka kusoma. Well done and congratulations. We're waiting for that. We can't wait to call you Daktari or Professor.
It's loading.
Forensic is what I wanted to study when I was coming to Australia.
And then? Pesa pia muhimu.
So nikasema basi tutaelekea kule. Nilifanya criminology kidogo, so nakuja kumalizia hiyo ya forensic. So wale watu wenye wangependa kukuja kufanya PhD, but by the way bado wako na ile scholarship kama unafanya PhD?
They do.
Okay, so
They
quite
do.
a number of courses huku ya PhD
You're
wanakuanga
fully
na scholarship.
sponsored, yeah.
Fully
If you
sponsored.
studied, like I studied in ECU, I can get full scholarship for forensic PhD.
Wow.
Yes, if you studied there, but you get partial if you didn't have any, if you're not an alumni, that is, yeah.
Sasa mimi naweza rudi huko ni
say hi to Millie. She's
nisome
been a
huko.
mentor to me. I will be there soon on the process. Oh, thank you. Who's done? Juliet, you know. Thanks, Juliet.
Kuna mtu anaitwa Albert Kipchirchir. What about courses on environment? I think it was ziko, but
you can do environmental science. But you know, guys, the only thing is what you need to know. Sisi ni wa Kenya. Angalia ile design hii course itakupeleka wapi at the end of the day. So ukifanya environmental science, utamaliza environmental science, utarudi Kenya, ufanye kazi wapi Kenya? Okay, umaliza Australia environmental science, utafute job. They give priority to their own people. Kama mtu ako na environmental science na ni citizen ama ni mtu hapa, yeye atapewa ubaki. But try your luck, you could be lucky.
But chances are very low.
Very slim.
Kuna mtu anaitwa Ronald Richard Lagat anasema, mrembo hiyo tutarudi. Anaitwa Lagat Matthew. I did a diploma in medical laboratory technologist. Will I be able to do the degree in Australia?
Yes.
Of course, that is very possible. So huyu anasema what grade qualify with? Unategemea bana, hata mtu kuanzia huku unaanza certificate. By the way, Australia value kila mtu.
Yeah.
Kila mtu. Huku hii maneno ya TVET, hii maneno ya technical colleges is very very important. Unaweza pata hata mtu akona diploma na ana earn pesa kama ya professor, daktari.
Tutaongelea school fees baadaye. Mtu ameuliza swali ya school fees.
Tutakuja kusema hivyo, but hiyo certificate bros unaweza kuja hiyo through a certificate and you can grow all through to the PhD. So Australia mostly I think wanaanzanga from huko chini, so wanaanga shida sana. Utakuja tu kwanza polepole ukipanda juu. Kuja tu kama umejifunga na mihela yenyewe utasikia watu wanasema baadaye ni shilingi ngapi. Jacqueline Cheruta Serema anasema what about hospitality management? Hizo ziko kazi ziko. And by the way, I saw recently watu wanafanya hospitality, they can work or full time maneno ya
hospitality. Hospitality ranges in very big things,
hotel and whatever.
So hospitality tuko na kitchen hand people, wale watu kusaidia chef ama cook. Tuko na chef, tuko na cook au pia hospitality. Tuko na wale cleaners kwa hoteli pia au pia ni hospitality. Watu wa make my bed, CV.
Kazi wako kupoteza by the way. Juzi COVID ndio watu walikuwa na inalipa vizuri by the way.
And you can work even in the government. You know, there's government cleaning jobs, like cleaning the city and government offices, parliament, huko, you know. Yeah. Kuna jobs.
Naitwa pale economist na statistician. Boss, unahesabu pesa.
Unaona economists and statisticians, whatever that is, it's so mouthful. So if you're an economist, you can work in finance department or you can be an accountant as well. So with the statistics part, unaweza work na Department of Health. Department of Health kufanya statistics ya watu ya COVID.
Kichumba Capital Kimeli anasema sasa watu wa Daudi Msalaba, hiyo D+ ni ya muhimu sana. Unaweza kuja kufanya course in construction course.
People start from somewhere.
Mbali sana.
Ama forklift.
Yeah, forklift. Hizi vitu kazi ya mkono hii, value them. So can I get some Australian PhD student and change, maybe do information technology and still drive?
Yes, probably.
CM Lagat. Hiyo iko chonjo bana. Ongea na agent umweleze tu ukikuja hapa. Unachapa Kiswahili yako kidogo, usiseme nilikwambia mimi, lakini unachapa Kiswahili yako kwenye unasema. Ronnie Keitanya anasema happy Father's Day to my father, but nataka kukuja someone can be up in Kenya around studying nursing in the country. Yes, sijaelewa, but happy Father's Day to every father following and everyone with a father, and of course those who left us. We wish you all the very best and may their soul rest in peace. The pathway to being a lecturer. I think ukikuwa university kama PhD student unapewa some time, unakuwa part time wanaitanga tutor.
Yeah.
After some time una grow as you go na network na ile kitu inaitwa ile tu
if you
being
want to
assertive.
be, yeah,
Inaitwa
kuwa assertive,
rather
na kuwa
than
proactive.
proactive.
So I know of Kenyans who are lecturers. They teach nursing actually.
Yeah.
I know one lady who's a Kenyan, anafunza ECU. So like
Okay.
me, for example, I'm a graduate to the masters and I want to teach a course. You do your networking as well. Although kuna policies, kuna procedures, but at the end of the day, it's still ile design. You are proactive or you are so good at it. So I can still teach some nursing courses. Because what Australia believe is evidence-based. So you're already practicing as a nurse, you're teaching other nurses, you know. Huwezi kuwa tu like lecturer tu umetoka and then unakuja kufunza nursing. You need to be practical, hands-on, because evidence-based, it keeps changing all the time. So kuna some procedures in a change with time. So because it's evolving. Wanafanya studies every time, new things come up. We do this is how we do. For example, if you're doing a catheter, there's a procedure, they do it now. In 2 years' time, it's not the same because things are changing. So they need somebody who's already in that field to teach the other ones.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nursing, that is why we will not be announced. Veronica Itanyi, nursing is one of the easiest pathways to gain residency, but if you are smart, you can definitely do clinicals and get good job. We are making more in Maybe what amesema hivyo. I think it is well and truly true. Chepkech Limo, very informative. My daughter would like to further studies in Australia next year, and this help a lot to be being in touch for depth information. Kindly kuja pale kwa DM. Threshold yetu tu ni zile maelfu tano. Veronica Itanyi amesema tumejibu hiyo. Albert Kipkisira, any opportunities of studying bachelor's in environmental course. Hiyo siwezi kujibu, ni network yako na bahati ya mtu, I guess, in such courses. Alfred Koech Sajan, you brought a professional today. At least I have learned something from nursing.
Oh, thank you.
Wewe, unasema I will learning kila siku.
No, amesema from nursing.
Oh,
no
from
offense.
nursing. Okay.
Yeah, of course.
Okay. Asante bwana Arab. Meshangaa hizo zote tumechapa bwana. Anaitwa Lemisa Sasa, anasema informative from Ethiopia. I want to learn PhD in health. Yeye mtu kwa Ethiopia.
PhD in health. It's very possible. Yeah. Identify the uni you want to study that PhD first. Yeah, and keep in touch with them.
Unaitwaje? Ontology.
Ontology.
What is that?
Hey, I don't know what ontology is. Let me ask Google later.
Julian anasema say invite kwa boss.
Rudi juu kidogo, umepita mtu. Rui Arab Simba anasema nini?
Say hi to Millie, she's been a mentor to me. Wow, kumbe ni mentor ya mtu eh?
I'm a mentor to so many people. I tell you what, so many students have gone to study Masters of Nursing because of me.
Wow.
Yes, I know. Shout out to Calvin Ngeno is one of them.
Well done,
yes,
well done.
She's doing nursing. And a few other people from Ghana and Zimbabwe as well. By the way, Kenyans, Mkeni, other African countries, majamaa wako class masters. 2 years tu peke yake, you are a nurse.
Changamkeni. Calvin ameingia nurses.
She's graduating next year. I can't wait to celebrate.
Wow, hiyo umejaribu.
So next year or this year, you know? Oh, this year, December.
Edwin Kabianga amesema good work, Mr. God bless you.
Hi,
keep updating young people to move on their life. Let them apply to their future. Oh, Edwin, nani?
Edwin Kabianga.
Yuko Path?
Yuko Path, Kenya.
Oh, asante sana. Amesema Adam Johnson, are you there? Opportunity for mechanics and product engineers?
Of course. Contact Hilary Barroso if you know. What is his name on Facebook? He can answer that. Arab William. On Facebook, he can answer you that question.
The first train,
yes.
Unaitwa driver ama unataka? Watu wanaendesha train kwanza, yuko inalipa vizuri, maneno ya mechanic na kila kitu. Nimesema tu kazi za mikono inalipa vizuri. Make sure you share this show, guys, so that you may be able to reach quite a number of people. If you find this informative, I bet it will be informative to area people. Dominic Villela anasema any university offering courses on aviation and medicine is very true. And by the way, if you're a doctor practicing in Kenya, unaweza apply hapa ukuje ufanye kazi kule reserve.
Very good money here.
Unaweza apply kabisa tu ukuje ufanye kazi direct.
Ama uwe GP.
Huku analipa pesa mzuri. Kuna rafiki yangu daktari ananiambia on Christmas Day para wanalipwa kama walikuwa wamesema per day wanalipwa $5,700 $1,400
hivyo tu
siku moja hivyo.
Hata nursing wanalipa kwa public holidays.
Nikashangaa bwana.
It's good. I know Kenyans love the money.
And I know a lot of Kenyans here, by the way, wamekuja kama doctors, wamekuja directly kufanya kazi. Unaenda huko reserve,
kuna dentist pia Kenya.
Kuna dentist Kenya hapa anafanya kazi mzuri. Pick up daktari. Tutakuja kufanya biashara pamoja.
Supende my Facebook page.
Useme watu wakuja huko
Mayfair Kayla.
Hebu spell, unajua hizo Kiswahili zenu mingi hizi hatujui.
Kaylah. Kayla and then Mayfair MEIFIAR.
Huko madm zitakuja, wengine wanauliza namba ya simu lakini ni sawa. Kipkosgei Emmanuel, you mentioned about the agent to apply through. Please share with us the link on any other contacts to the agencies. Asante sana.
Options Education Consultancy.
Pale kwa DM tunakuja kusema, but tunaweza ingia pale options, unaweza kukusaidia. Birgan Junior nasema I have a diploma in nursing, how can I come to Australia? My friend, tumesema hiyo unaongea na agent tu msoto.
Kuna swali fani hapa. Nyinyi mtarudi Kenya kweli? By the way, help the poor people who have nice grades to light up their family. Mtarudi Kenya tu. Kenya is home.
Jibu sababu hata mimi bwana.
Kenya is home. We're just waiting for the borders to open. Mtatuona huko. Kenya is home. And by the way, if you do a master's course here, a master's of nursing, where do you think you can work in Kenya?
Uko referral ama
not bedside, of course. Yeah. You can be a CEO ya company department kama ya cancer center, referral, KNH, anywhere.
Sasa wewe ukirudi Kenya unakuwa CEO au uende kupeana dawa?
Hapana, sitaka wadunga tena.
But mimi unajua mimi nitafikia
talk to the CEO.
Networking. So as I think unless there's something you want to add.
Kayla, yeah.
Hiyo naye anasema kwa HMASH anasema I have under scholarship, is it under scholarship and the application process. I have a PhD in medical and lab. By the way, hapa acha niseme kweli kabisa, na mimi sitaki kusema ni nasema mtu ama nini. Maneno ya scholarship mimi nilisema siwezi jibu hakia. Sababu hapa hakuna, mimi hata mwenyewe sikuona hiyo scholarship for diploma or degree. So the best option is wewe unaenda scholarship for masters. Though other universities wanapeana 30% or 20% scholarship, but ni ngumu sana kupata full scholarship for your first degree or masters or diploma, unless kuna penye umeona unaweza wasaidia. But mimi imekuwa ngumu kupata hiyo scholarship sana.
What I can tell you about kukuja Australia and this scholarship thing, I think people keep asking about it. Some universities work on a scholarship, but just so you have it in mind, kuna watu need more than you, you know, so they prioritize. So kuna like the ATSI, like the natives, the Aboriginal and Torres Islander people, so they're given scholarship here. So the government is just trying to give them their people their priority. Kukuja from Kenya, kukuja to study abroad, you don't have to come from a rich family. Me, I didn't have uncles in Australia. Sikuwa najua anybody. I didn't come from a rich family. You know, it's just the normal. If you want something, you need to want it really bad, and then we're very proactive and ask people wakusaidie. I know of people wamekuwa sponsored na church. Ile church wanasema acha tupeleke mtoto wetu aenda asome Australia, maybe one day atatusaidia. They do everything. They run fundraisings. Mnaona Kenya kuna watu wanafanya fundraisings ya kuleta watu huku. And then kama uko na shamba or anything na unaona unaweza uza ndio ukuje huku. Sijasema enda uze shamba, but look at the venye huko tuwe mwenyewe GSS. For me kusema ukweli, my family waliuza shamba ukweli. Kusema hata niliuziwa shamba.
Mimi sasa hivi
so ukiona story na scholarship, kama watu wangekuwa wanapewa scholarship, kila mtu angekuwa like anataka kuapply your scholarship. So si hard kukuja Australia. Ukiona the right information na usacrifice to once, hiyo shamba yenye unauza unairudisha hata within 2 years umeshamalizana na hiyo story. So come to think of it, ukiangalia pesa yenye utahan kufanya job hapa na hiyo struggle yenye bado ungepitia Kenya, which one is easier? Utamak home, so zingine hata you go without lunches, without breakfast, una hustle too from January to December and nothing is changing in your life. Why don't you make your own decision to say wacha niuze shamba and I go ukwe na hiyo hope tu kama si tu kwa tunajua by the tutaweza fika hapa, yetu tu ni grace of God. So kitambo shamba iende, unajua ile home asikia uchungu kabisa shamba imeenda, lakini na mandugu yako wanakuangalia wanakuambia in fact ndugu yako alikuwa anafaa kwenda PhD lakini wewe wacha tukulipie wewe, unaona. So if you can do something na approach family uambie nitaenda kujikaza na by 2 years 3 years time at least you will have paid back that one, itakuwa a good idea. But scholarship ziko lakini sijaona mtampewa scholarship huko Kenya kuje. Najua watu ni wamekuwa sponsored skills.
Kuna wale sponsored skills. There's some scholarship but those ones come through I don't know. Sasa zingine unakutana na mtu alikuja tu inakuja alafu unarudi. Hiyo ni lazima urudi Kenya after.
I know one friend,
Maliza tu hiyo. I think hiyo inakujanga through the
Commonwealth through the government.
Inaenda through inaitwaje huko embassy. Hiyo
so the Kenyan government will hand you over to the Australian government and then the course that you are doing you're allowed to work, you're allowed to do the job, but the conditions are kama ulikuwa unafanya kazi Kenyatta you still earn your money Kenyatta. Kama ulikuwa radiographer you still earn your money as a radiographer from January to ile time unapewa study leave. Unakuwa fully sponsored by Commonwealth country ya wapi ya Australia. So unakuja kusoma ukimaliza 2 years no option, you either pay back everything wamekuwa kulipa from KNH from January to December all the money na uanze kulipa pesa yenye wamekusponsor hapa ama urudi. So hiyo ni option ya kurudi. Ukitaka tu kuja kusoma nini apply through Commonwealth. Ni hiyo agreement ya Commonwealth countries.
Kuna pia another university inaitwa ANU Australian National University. Wanakuanga na scholarship mingi. Naona siku hizo wameanza kufungua for African countries and other countries and third world countries. Look to that as well. Inaitwa ANU. Quite a number of scholarship courtesy of them. And of course, there's someone asking maneno ya kufanya kazi hapa. Wacha hiyo nieleze kidogo kwa Kiswahili.
Ndio hasala.
Maneno ya kufanya kazi, wacha nikwambie unaweza kuja Australia na urudi tena mkono mtupu. Hii country ni noma. Maisha ya hapa ni ile economy ya hapa, sijui I'm not an economist but economy hapa ni ile imeundwa unatengeneza pesa na inarudi back to the economy. So kama wewe sio yule mtu mwenye unaweza piga hesabu yako ucharaze kabisa hesabu vizuri utarudi tu nyumbani sababu ni noma. Watu wengi pia wamalizi shule sababu ni expensive. Na mtu maybe kuacha blanketi airport. Mimi nilikuwa naikuja na deni nikaacha blanketi na usingizi. Watu wananiulizanga unalala saa ngapi Alfred? Utalala ukule nini? Utalala ulipe madeni nini? Utalala ulipe fees na nini?
Na bills iko.
Kuna bills, kuna nyumba, uko na watu expectation ya nyumbani, uko na familia yako wewe mwenyewe, uko na familia ya kwenu, uko na majamii, kuna harambee ya WhatsApp, kila kitu na kuna rent yako hapa. So hapa by the way kama uko na mtu mwenye ako ngambo, ndugu ama dada, umuombe. Ombea yeye kabisa. Na tuache hii kitu ya mtu hata hajakaa 6 months tunasema ninasimama kwa M-Pesa tuma na kutoa. Mtu samee. Harambee mtu samee kabisa. Mtu akifika hapa apatie 3 years. Hiyo mtu asiposettle ukiona huyo mtu amegraduate, give him or her another 6 months, uanze sasa kusema Alfred ninasimama kwa M-Pesa. Tuko na sherehe mniongeze kuongeza kwa WhatsApp. But uweke pressure mtu mwenye amemaliza form 4 leo, amekanyaga Australia. Alafu unataka kumueleza kwa na sherehe bwana, imagine give them time because there's something called mental health as well. Mtu umekuja hapa hauna relatives, hauna mzazi, hauna ndugu, haujui mtu, fees inahitajika ulipe another kama is a diploma 500,000 in 6 months na umeshaletewa ile ya nyumbani, maybe ilikuwa deni iliuzwa shamba na huyo mtu atamanage aje. So let us also give them a lot of time when they are here to settle. Quite the number of people, the young ones as well, when you wamemaliza tu shule hivi hawajamaliza shule because of pressure, because of watu walikuwa kigure nege kwa nandi Kiingereza.
Walidekeswa.
Hiyo ni kwetu kutengeneza. Wale watu wame kabisa. Kubembelezwa.
Mama's
sasa
boys
mtu hapa anakuja anaambiwa lazima uamke 6 asubuhi na ni winter, lazima uende kazi, lazima uende hivyo. Huyo mtu anafanya hivyo mpaka anachoka. Anajaribu kutafuta shortcut. Anasema acha nijaribu hii, hiyo inakwama, wacha nijaribu hii, hiyo inakwama, basi maisha inakuwa ngumu. Lakini kitu ya muhimu kabisa mtuombe na mtatakia kila laheri. Na wewe pia ukija hapa Australia kusoma ama nchi zingine za ng'ambo, patia pia nafasi ili wale wengine wakuja ukue kielelezo ama ukue mentor kwa sababu kwa example maximize ile opportunity. Ni kitu imetuleta hapa apart from kusoma. Watu kama sisi by the way ni maneno ya mfuko by.
Hata useme shift
Eh?
after pesa.
So after tukimaliza hapa kila
After
mtu
pesa. We don't
kila
do this
mtu anaenda.
always.
So let us also have that let us also believe that kila kitu ni bidii, na hata ukiko kule nyumbani pia endelea kufanya kazi, endelea kujikaza, and many things fall into place unless there's something you want to add on.
Umaliza swali, kuna swali lingine, parting shots?
Yeah, amesema Hillary Korir, I have a diploma in medical laboratory, can I come to Australia? Tumesema hiyo mtu anaongea na agent. Cherotich, well said, asante sana. Korir Bureti following from Sugoi. Hey, habari ya Sugoi bwana, salamia kina William hapo akikuja reserve weekend. Serikali. Hello Nelson Kim, I have a diploma in building. Naweza kuja huko kama mtu ya kuongeza masomo. Kabisa, hiyo ni kazi mzuri bwana. Wewe ni engineer. Wewe unafaa kuitwa engineer. Priority. Western Australia itself, Western Australia in general is a fast growing country. Siati imefika, like kila siku kuna kitu inajengwa. Is a fast world but still growing. Kila kitu inajengwa, a lot of everything. Manjia zinajengwa, bado wanajenga ma trains, bado wanatengeneza trains itself, bado wanatengeneza manjia za train, manyumba zinajengwa, watu ni wachache, so at every given time watu wanajenga manyumba.
And they've got the best equipment.
And they are growing. So wala watu mafundi kama wewe Nelson
Kim.
Wewe bwana, ningekuwa na namba yako ningekuwa.
Someone is calling from Kenyatta University. My brother went to Kenyatta University.
Oh wow. Anaitwaje huyo? Good work guys, following you from Sambut Olimba. Sambut Keurene. Ukipita hapo kwa wanajeshi. Anaitwaje hiyo area? Moibaraks hapo mbele, there is a name.
Bado najua huko.
So asanteni sana.
How do I get to agents?
They
are, just ask Google.
Yes, and by the way, make sure they are registered agents.
Yeah.
Make sure that they are registered with the Australian Immigration Department, because quite a number of people are agents, but they are not qualified, they are not genuine, some are crook, and eventually, and by the way, allow me say this before you finish, before you get your final quote. If you see an agent, if possible, try to get yourself the what do we call the bank statement yourself, if possible. Ukipata ile agent anakuambia nimepata bank statement, make sure it is genuine, usifanye uuziwe ile kitu iko mbaya, sababu atakwambia niko naye na ameuzia watu wengine karibu 5.
And then ina reject.
Kitu ya pili ni kwamba make sure huyo agent ni mtu genuine. Kama unalipa pesa, lipa through your account ama ya mzazi. Agent atakwambia wacha nilipe through my account yake, alafu umpatie hiyo pesa. Baadaye usipopata visa, God forbid, kwa bahati mbaya, hiyo pesa inarudi kwa
agent.
Ile account ililipiwa, hiyo inarudi kwa agent. Na hiyo ofisi ikifungwa, ndugu yangu, tutashinda kwa inbox ya Alfred na wale wenye wako hapa Australia, ukituambia kimbia unionee pale shule kama wamesharudisha pesa. Like 2018, 2019, I had more than 30 people coming to me. Wanasema tulilipa through this agent, ofisi imefungwa, hii simu haiendi. Please, we've learned, tumeona, tumesikia, na tusirudie hiyo makosa tena. Let us do these things as agents as well with due diligence. Tusikuwe tunafanya vitu ambayo itakuja kutuharibia sisi wenyewe. Na kama unaona kuna agent ambaye anakuchezea, utupatie hapa, tumtangaze. Sababu we want people who have integrity, who are honest, and people who are there to help people. Tusikuwe tunafanya kazi, mtu ameuza shamba, alafu pia na pale unaanza kumnyanyaza na unamtesa, na mtu hajapata visa, na hapo pesa yake imeenda. Tusikuwe tunafanya vitu kama hiyo. Tukizidi kuendelea, kuna mtu anaitwa Helen Kandia anasema, my daughter has a diploma in nursing, can someone study, can she come to study there and she continue?
She will study bachelor's.
Fresh? Yes.
She will study bachelor's.
She can do a degree in nursing, I guess.
Agents, do you know of any good agency company in Eldoret? There's one called Level Up coming up. Umesikia hiyo?
Maneno ya referrals na kila kitu. Inbox pale. Ya treasury ya helpful.
So parting shots.
Sema hapa ya mwisho.
Your life is what you make it. you have to trust the process. And ukiwa na consistency and resilience and know exactly what you want. If you choose to listen to people, just consume the information that you know it will build you. And if you need something, you need something so badly. If you want to come to Australia, GMB, I really want to go to Australia. And then start working on it yourself. Weka mikakati. Unaona? So those are the things that me ilini push through. After all the challenges I had along the way, nilikuja kurealize kwamba if you just put yourself together and you keep pushing forward, kuna hiyo positive energy, be vibrant, very proactive, engage with people, get connections, talk to people. And one thing I can assure you, don't expect people to do so much for you. That's the only unfortunate part. So some people are seeking you for information and then they expect you to help them financially again, to support them, which is very difficult. We understand. Kila mtu ako na life yake, so many things are going on. The best thing we can do for you guys, we cannot sponsor you to come to Australia. The best thing we can do for you is to give you the information. Just look for the money, look for the resources. Ukikuja Australia, tutakuja kucelebrate. So life is a journey. Be consistent, be passionate, push through your dreams. You will make it. That's what I can tell you.
Correct, I can see your DM already. Hiyo tutakufanyia referral. Kuna mtu anaitwa former president KCWA is watching. Jomo Mwiruri mwenyewe, asante sana kwa kazi nzuri. Steven Kemei kutoka kule Ziwa is watching, asante sana. Osea Kibrono kutoka huko Western Australia.
Brother.
Serious?
Hey, Osea.
Osea ametuwekea hapo link ya scholarship, ingia hapo uone pia, unaweza pitia. Anaitwa Yudia Kip hako pale Melbourne. I hope you are safe kule Melbourne. Anasema huyo jamaa anamaanisha oncology. Asante sana for the correction. Kuna mtu anaitwa Felix Kibrono, huyo ni incoming senator kule Baringo. Amesema kwamba very detailed information, good work. Asante sana. Next time call. Asante bwana senator, utafika hapa utuambie pia mikakati zako na mipango zako kule Baringo ni gani na ni yapi? Uko na marafiki ama ushatengeneza network hapa Australia ama ni yapi mazuri unachukua kule nyumbani? Asante sana. David Togoma anasema thanks for the program. Hapo mmesema ukweli kabisa. Following from Helsinki, Finland.
Wow.
Anasema bwana Helsinki tuko live, abroad not easy, ni kujipanga. God bless you. Asante sana. Kuna mtu pia anaitwa amesema Dickens University Australia scholarship 2022 fully funded. Ukija pale tu kwa DM, ukija pale kwa naitwaje, comment section, utapata hiyo link ya scholarship umeshawekewa hapo. Kwa wale wote ambao mnatufuata ama mnatufuatilia na mnasikiza haya maneno, niwamalizie tu vile mgeni wetu amesema siku ya leo, maisha ni vile unavyotakia. Ni vile pia unachukulia. Sisi wote ni tunajitakia mazuri katika maisha, lakini ni bidii ambayo unaweka ndio inategemea ama ile kitu ya muhimu sana. Mwisho kabisa ni kwamba kwa wale wote ambao mko na ndugu na dada zenu hapa ambao wameshakuwa wakazi ama wale watu wameshakuwa citizens hapa Australia, wanaweza kukupatia ile kitu inaitwa sponsor kwa Kiswahili inaitwaje? Anaweza kuwa mfadhili. Anaweza kuwa mfadhili wako ama anaweza kukusponsor ukuje pia, na wakisha kukufadhili unakuja hapa kama yule mtu anayekuja kufanya tu kazi. Unakuwa kama resident, kazi yako unalipa pesa kidogo kama wewe ni mwanafunzi ama unafanya tu kazi.
Bila kama resident ama lazima akuwe citizen?
Hata residents wanalipa pesa kidogo.
My brother. My brother anataka kuwa senator wa Singishu County. Sijui ni MCA ama senator, atatuambia. Watu Hungary award.
Changamkeni. Rockip anasema good job guys, asante sana bwana. Andy anasema good information. Asante bwana. Sijuangi kama uko Sydney ama Adelaide, lakini utatuambia mazuri ni gani pale. Kennedy Machalong anasema the show was one of the best. Asante sana bwana. Na kama uko hapa na unataka mtu kuchukua vitu, kama uko Australia na unataka kuchukua vitu kule nyumbani, kuchukua ile inaitwa container. Wewe uingia pale upata mtu anaitwa Kennedy
Secure Logistics.
Bas, unaenda pale katika Kennedy Machalong, mtu wa cyber security mwenyewe. Huyo ni mtu alisomea maneno.
By the way alikuja kufanya procurement, then
akafanya logistics.
Sasa anatuma container nyumbani.
So ukitaka container
ama gari, home, recliner chairs or anything, that's the person.
Hiyo ni mzuri kabisa. Wewe utakuja kutuambia mazuri na unalipa ya show, na hiyo ni ya biashara. Helen Kandia, asante sana. General Baraswa Good job my neighbor. Wewe tumetuma watu, tumetuma kumbe ule mtu mwenye alikuwa
anatafuta Baraswa.
Anataka Baraswa. Tafuta mtu anaitwa Generali Talam Baraswa pale Facebook.
Tuambie driver wa train
anaitwa nani? Driver ya train anaitwa nani? Na kwambie most of the information kwa wale watu wanakuja kufanya kazi. Sina la ziada lakini kuwatakia kila laheri na mimi tu ni kuambia muwe na Jumapili njema. Tukimalizia tu tusikie neno la mwisho hapa inasema Mwenyezi Mungu ana kila
my good deeds. This English is not ours.
Kila tinye baka no sikchagarane. Australia ko banga ni Mungu tuguk chata kay makchenigay tuguk chata kay wati level banene fees ko banga ni nenda tkara ba joni guk tugul jata kay makchenigay ko banga ni nenda kito gitani ndoi ko isa agite stai gilgay agay ba she notat ni nyalo agay ora wades ipo she ore notat ni raisi gakia tiame ga ba ore nagla njia mpana lama njia fupi lakini kogoro mesingi mbona kitore notat negararan agimu isiktige engomie unotak Sony Akima anasema tuko ndani, Andrew Burechi anasema tuko ndani, Milan Kikoech anasema MCA Kibroba na watakia kila laheri bwana, asante sana. Kuku Danger mwenyewe gala good work my friend. I think huyo ni ule rafiki wetu mkubwa Kuku Danger Junior. Anasema Milan Kikoech anasema bwana Inspiration Sunday, so remember to change your slogan from Malosa. Kagila mie tai bwana. Malosa Mangara. Kwa gini victor mi county oleji matuba ishega ina. Ulejini malo sama. Tukimalizia tu kwa wale watu ambao mko hapa Western Australia na mnataka nyama choma, muingia pale inaitwaje? Joma Base katika Facebook, muingia DM hawa jamaa watengenezee nyama mzuri kabisa, kina Jomo pamoja na kina Uno, marafiki zetu ambao wanafanya kazi mzuri, wanatupatia kufeel kule nyumbani kabisa, nyama choma ile ya mzuri ya nyumbani ya mbuzi, na pia tuweze kuwasaidia kama uko na masherehe na vitu kama hizo, basi uweze kutusaidia kabisa ili tuweze kujengana pamoja kama wa Kenya na mandugu na dada zetu pale. Ukikuwa na sherehe pia unawaita, wanakuja kutengeneza chakula ama ile inaitwa by chakula mzuri kabisa. Ukitaka uji catering services, hiyo ndio mnaita. Hawa sasa ni
hospitality.
Hawa ni cooks ama ni chefs?
Hawa ni watu hospitality.
Tuseme hospitality. So Joma Base ukikuwa pale Facebook.
Kuna mtu alisema amemiss jina ya containers.
Hiyo ya container waambie tu hapa.
Wanaitwa Secure Logistics. If you want to send anything home, those are the guys to talk to.
Hiyo the advert.
Dia muko. Ninalipia hiyo.
Ninalipia. Asanteni sana. God bless you. Have a very great one. If you have any other information, kindly DM us and we'll be able to answer. Follow you her on
Mayfair Kayla, MEIFIER Kayla KAYLA kwa niko Instagram by the way. MILLI_Kosgei. Kosgei ni KOSGEI _ so Millie Kosgei MILL_Kosgei.
Asante sana.
Yeah.
God bless you.
God bless.